Aloha! I am Carrie and I'm back with another energy reading. And this time I'm going to be reading the energy of the full moon. It's happening in July and this is the full buck moon. Before I get started though, I just want to say thank you so much for liking, subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. I just appreciate all of that. Okay, so the full moon that is happening here in July is called the full buck moon, and bucks are male deer. It's the time that they get their antlers. And it's very interesting that that is the name of this moon, because just looking at this energy, I really do feel masculine energy, which might be very apparent to you also because we have this card at the very beginning of our reading, which is the masculine. So we're going into Leo season, and I don't necessarily think of Leos as being necessarily masculine, but I'm really getting this energy. It also, like, the energy that I'm feeling reminds me of Aries energy, which is interesting, but like being a leader, being the first and foremost, being in charge. But anyway, we're getting into Leo season, leaving Cancer season, and the energy that is showing up on these cards are about being in charge, being the emperor of your life. Let's start here with the masculine and self-love. It's interesting because this man, like, he's holding two spears, and there's moons all over his, like, in between the spears, but it's honestly reminded me of fire. Not moons necessarily, but I see fire here in this card. In between those two spears, it's like he's lighting the way on the path that he wants to go on. And because it's being clarified by self-love, it's like it's your path. It's like, I think one of the most loving things that we can do for ourselves is like stand up for ourselves, be there for ourselves, believe in ourselves. And that's what I'm seeing here when I see the masculine. Like, it's not about you being, more masculine and like being like telling people what to do, taking charge or whatever. It's about in your own life, you being the one who takes charge of what it is that you do. If we look more closely at this card, and it's funny because I haven't really seen this before in this card, there's two kids in the back holding hands, and the masculine, he kind of seems like he's guarding or standing guard over them. I never really saw that in this card, but it's reminding me of like our inner children. It's like the inner child within ourselves and reparenting ourselves. I think sometimes like your dad and your mom, they can be the ones who tell you which path to go on as a child. Like, hey, this is what you should be doing. This is how you should do that. Like that kind of stuff. But I'm really getting the energy of you, doing that for yourself, kind of like reparenting yourself and recreating yourself in your own image. And that's what I'm seeing here based off of self-love. So we're talking about energy of the full moon. You might be more inspired to, say no to things that are not in alignment with what you want, and then kind of go after more things that you are into or you're interested in. Like, and even when it comes to, say, someone who, like, someone is oppressing you in some kind of way. Like, I'm talking about your boss wants you to work more hours than you want to work, or your spouse is, they're nagging and you're tired of it. Or they want you to do something that you don't want to do. Like, you never wanted to do this thing and they want you to do it. Like, I want to have kids now. And you're like, I'm not ready yet. So in this instance, in this energy, you're going to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is not what I have seen for my life. This is not what I'm interested in doing in my life. And you're not just going to like stand up for yourself and say no. You're going to be like, no, this is the way that we're going to go. Like, this is what I will do. Like that type of energy. Like, I think now, especially around this full moon, and I've really just been thinking about the energies of the full moon. It's kind of like, it's like a central point, but it's not the only point that these things can happen. You know what I mean? It's like a central point, but the timing is more general. It's like, I don't know, we could call it a portal. It's like an introduction to the energy. And it does happen even before before the full moon happens, and it happens after that we feel this energy. Because I just did a reading that literally said who is in charge, and now I'm seeing this emperor here, and I'm thinking about, or sorry, I'm seeing the masculine here, and I'm thinking about you being the leader of your life. And it's like, no, this energy has been around for a while, but this might be like the central point of that energy. Anyway, so what I'm seeing now is this: you have the opportunity to stand up for yourself, and you could be getting into altercations, like maybe in this environment that you're in right now, things are not fitting together as well as you'd like to, but you're not able to really back down in this situation. You just, it's like it's time for you to stand up, and you're taking that time. You're saying, like, standing on your ground, standing on your own 2 feet, standing up for yourself and your own beliefs. And you're doing that because you love yourself. It's like, no, I actually, like, this is what I want. I'm going to stand for my own beliefs and things I believe in, things that are true to me, and things that are close to my heart. I'm not going to allow you to push me away from that. And then that's how we have faith and gratitude, which is because we're talking about standing up for ourselves and our own beliefs and moving forward. Like, this energy right now is basically saying, like, you are getting, you're feeling more emboldened to stand up for yourself and what you believe in, because it kind of reminds me of how, just as the world turns, you understand that you've been on this path for a while. Maybe you've not stood up for yourself before, and you've already seen the outcome from that. And so you're knowing that if I go ahead and stand up for myself now, then the outcome is going to change now. It's like you understand, there's a certain understanding that you have about how the world works. That's what I see here when it comes to faith. It's like, I know, I understand, I see these things. I know that in the springtime flowers are gonna bloom. I know that in the summertime it's gonna get hot. I know in the winter it's gonna get cold. You know, like you know how things work now, and you have faith in those things. You have faith that if something happens here, if I say no in my relationship, and this person doesn't like that, that I could lose my relationship, but I could also gain a new relationship that is more in alignment with what I'm in. And that relationship could be friendship, romantic relationship, jobship, like whatever kind of relationship. It's like you understand now that, I don't know, it's like you have more courage because you understand, you can see the bigger picture of the world. You don't have a very small mindset when it comes to things. It's like, you know what? Change is good. Because I'm going to get what I want. I'm more interested in that. And then that's where I see gratitude. Because we were talking about letting go of things, because I really just feel like standing up for yourself. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to let go of something, but it's kind of like a new path forward. Gratitude is kind of what I'm feeling is the opposite of that, especially with these hands holding on to each other. Right now, it's also the energy to, like, hold on to things that you really feel attached to and love and don't want to let go of. It's like a pushing and pulling energy that is going on. It's like there's some things that I'm going to set boundaries with. There's some other things that I am going to make darn sure that I keep hold of. Like, they don't escape my grasp. And so you might be feeling both of those things. You might be feeling sometimes like internally that you want to hold on to something, and you might be feeling externally that someone wants to hold on to you. Like that kind of like push pull. And it's so interesting to see all of these energies showing up in this reading. I did not expect this. And then we have the void and sovereignty. I love this. These two cards go so well together. Because if you're standing in your sovereignty, there might not be very many people or energies around you. If you want to do something that's unique to you, you're not going to be calling on a lot of others or other energy. You're going to be out there by yourself. And not to say like you're physically alone. There's likely going to be people with you. But when it comes to who you're listening to, it's going to be you and your own internal voices, your own internal like system that you'll be listening to. And I think this sovereignty card is coming up here, especially when we're talking about self-love and we're talking about the masculine. It's all about you leading from your own view or vision, how things should be. It's not going to be incorporating very many other people's opinions or visions of how it should be. It's going to be, how do I feel today? What do I want to do today? And that is what's going to lead me and guide me. I'm not going to be so concerned about what other people are doing or what has been done or what I should be doing or could be doing. It's going to be, what do I want? Like a really deep, like that wanting inside of you. You're going to be consulting that and not so much the outside. It's so funny because this reading is very similar to the one that I did a whole week ago. And I was like, wow, this full moon energy was around back then too? It's not even the full moon yet. So you're going to be more concerned with your internal, what's going on within you. And then we've got realization and the path. That is all about, I mean, looking at this realization, this little hole is actually a keyhole. It's like fitting the key into the lock. It's like something has finally clicked for you. And maybe in this season, something is going to finally click for you if you can get all the outside noise out of your mind and really focus on what it is that you are interested in. Something's going to click for you, and you'll be able to see the pathway forward, like your pathway forward. What it is that you are interested in, pathway forward. And the reading that I did before, and I would just go ahead and say, please watch it. It's called Who is in Charge? It's about you finding your true path. And it's like being at a crossroads and needing to make the decision on which way to go. And this is all about you making that decision from yourself. Like, even you putting together the pieces of the puzzle that help you to see why you made the decisions that you made in the past, and to also see why you're going to make the same, like, why the decisions in the future that you're going to make are going to be in alignment with whatever it is that you believe in, like sovereignty, whatever it is that's close to you or dear to your heart. It's like, I did that because I wanted this and that, and I'm going to do this because I know I want this too. It's like you can just see it. It's gonna all like unfold for you. You'll be able to see more clearly. And that's what I see here in this full moon reading. It's like the clouds are gonna part for you, and you will be able to see and understand why you act the way you act. But it would only just be up to you to let go of anything that's kind of like holding you back from that. I don't know. It's like a mental energy, as in let go of any thoughts, ideals, or beliefs that are holding you back. But it's also like a taking action type energy as well, because we have this masculine. Like, if people physically are telling you you cannot do this, or if someone is not hiring you in the position, or if your loved one does not want to move to Kentucky. I was gonna say Kentuckyo, so Kentucky or Tokyo with you, and you desperately want to go. It's like making the decision to do what it is that you need to do to get what you want. What do you need to do? What do you need to let go on? What do you need to hold on to? Do you need to assure your loved one that, in Tokyo, Kentucky, things will be great, and that they will, love it there, and help them understand, why to move there? Or do you need to be like, okay, I understand, but this is my goal, my dream, so I'm going to move there with or without you. Like, there's multiple ways to do it, but it's like making decisions here. It's like, I'm going to put my foot down type energy that I feel with this full moon. So you might even be feeling this around you with other people. You might be seeing a lot of conflicts pop up. And it's so funny because I don't really relate that to Leo season. I think of Leo season as being very happy, and everybody, just walking around like excited in their own kind of bubble. And they're like basically feeling themselves. But perhaps this is the same type of energy, but it's more so of I'm feeling myself so much that I don't want to let any outside energy affect me and my decisions. And so I'm going to focus more on me moving forward on my own path, and not be so concerned with the outside energy that is around me. Like, I really get that energy of like, I'm going to be more focused on the things that are in my power, in my control. And you don't get to make those decisions for me. And if someone else has been making decisions for you, it's like you can't do that anymore. I'm done with that. I'm going to let that go. I'm going to see and understand why I decided to do that and listen to you. And now I'm going to keep moving forward on my own path. Okay? That is your reading. I'll see you in the next one.